Hello everyone. Welcome back you to my channel. I hope you all are doing great and good to see you all here in today's class. Today we are going to start an important chapter from class 9 mathematics, that is lines and angles. This chapter is very interesting and important because geometry plays a huge role in our daily life, and once you understand these basics, many other topics like triangles, trigonometry, all these topics will become very easy for you. So let's begin. Before we begin today's discussion, can I get a quick like, share, and subscribe? Subscribe for more upcoming lessons and more upcoming videos. So let's begin today's discussion. So first, we'll see what geometry actually is. So as you can see here, geometry, we can say it is a branch of mathematics. It deals with points, lines, and angles. Okay, geometry is something which deals with points, lines, and angles. So all these are building blocks of all figures we see in mathematics. But geometry is not just about solving sums in your notebook. It actually connects us with the real world. So think about this. So here is an simple example in a house. So as you can see here in this figure, this is a sketch of a house. Okay, in a house, the corner of your rooms, the edges of the doors, and windows, or slope of the rooftop, and if we come to other example like roads, so all these have some basic concept of points, lines, and angles, that is geometry. Okay, so in this house sketch you can see that we have a roof edge. This is a roof edge, right? So in this roof edge there are two lines. So in the roof edge we have two lines, and the edges of doors or windows are line segments. And as I mentioned, the road, the turns on the road form different types of angles. Okay, so professionals like architects and engineers, they uses lines and angles while designing houses, bridges, towers, and big buildings. For example, as I mentioned here, when an architects draw a sketch of a house. Okay, so when an professional like architecture or engineer draws a sketch of an house, the roof edges are lines, as I mentioned, where those lines meet at the top. So as you can see, this is a roof, and this roof line are meeting at some point. They create an angle. So we see that geometry is all around us. Okay, before we go much deeper, let's quickly revise some basic terms in geometry, or we can say some basic concepts. So first, point. These are the few terms which are in geometry that we use regularly. So point, point is just a position. So this is a point, right? Point is just a position or something that shows a location. And a point, it has no size, no length, and no breadth. Now this is a small point. A point can be big or it can be much bigger, wider. So a point is something which does not have any size or length. So a point is an exact position which shows a location. Example is tip of a pen, pencil, or anything like this refers to a point. Next, line. Okay, a line is something which has both directions and it extends endlessly. Okay, what is a line? Line is a straight path. Line is a straight path that goes in both directions. Okay, it goes in both directions and extends endlessly. Next, we have line segment. What is a line segment? Line segment is something, it has two fixed endpoints. Okay, so assume this is a line segment which has two directions. It is moving in two directions. So a fixed part of a line is called line segment. So here, what is your line segment? This part is your line segment. It has two fixed endpoints. This is one point and this is other point. Next we have ray. So what is a ray? Ray is something or a line. It start at one point. So it is starting from a point and it extends endlessly only in one direction. Okay. A good example of ray is sun rays. So sun, the rays from the sun, they travel endlessly, right? Next we have collinear points. What are the collinear points? Collinear points are three or more points on a same line. Let's say this is a line. In this line, if we are having more than 3 points, this is a line. If we are having points more than 3, then they are called collinear points. Otherwise, they are non-linear points. And we usually denote a line AB by AB. This is a line segment symbol. Okay. Next, we have line. So what a line is? Line is something that we denote like this. And ray we denote in this form, which moves in one direction. Line, it moves in two directions. And line segment, it has fixed part on a line. Next, as we have seen what are the points, lines. Now next see what are angles. We have seen points and lines, right? Now let's see about angles. So as you can see here, look at it, look at this circle. So this circle is divided into some equal parts. Okay, this is a circle. It is divided into some equal parts. So each of these parts, you can see here we have number of parts. So each of this part represent a small angle. Okay, each of this part represent a small angle, and the measure of angle formed by one such part is called 1 degree. Okay, so assume you are eating a pizza. So this is a pizza. In this pizza we have different divisions, right? Some 6 divisions. Okay, in these divisions each of this part is of 1 degree. Okay, as you can see here, it is a circle and it is divided into 360 parts. So how much it measures? It measures degree of 360. Okay, if you go all the way around a circle, you cover 360 degree. Next, for example, a right angle is exactly 1/4 of a circle. So, in a circle, so this is the 1/4 part, right? So, this part is 90 degree. Okay. Next, a straight line. Now, in this circle, if you draw a straight line, this is half of a circle. So, this is 180 degrees. So, this measures 180 degrees. If it is of 1/4 of a circle, it measures 90 degrees. And complete rotation. One complete rotation is 360 degree without any division. Okay. So, as I mentioned, a slice of pizza is 1 degree. In a pizza, you have many slices, right? So, one slice is 1 degree. If you have 6 slices, how many degrees you will measure? 6 degrees. Okay. Next, we'll see what an angle is. Okay. An angle is something which is formed when a ray rotates from an initial position to terminal position. Okay. So what an angle is? An angle is something when a ray. So what is a ray? Ray is a line which starts from a point and moves in one direction. So when this ray moves in some direction, in this direction or in this direction, or it may be in this direction. So from one initial position to it is moving to its terminal position, this is called angle. And this amount of turning is called rotation. Okay. The amount of turning is called rotation. And this rotation, it is measured in degrees. As in circle, I have explained you 1 degree, right? Similarly, this rotation or this turning, you can say it is measured in degrees. Now, if a ray completes one full rotation around a point, it covers 360 degrees. This is a ray if it covers whole rotation. So, how many degrees it will measure? It will measure 360 degrees. Okay. So, one full circle equals to 360 degrees. Now, let us understand more clearly. So, an angle is formed when two rays start from a same point. So, when an angle is formed when it starts from a same point. And this rays, this is one ray, right? And this is another ray, right? So, these rays are called arms of the angle. And the common point is called vertex. Here, the common point from which they originate is called vertex. This is vertex and this is angle. So when two rays start from a same point, these rays are called arms of angle, and the common point from which they originate is called vertex of angle. So an angle is something which is formed when two rays start from a same point. Next, as we have discussed what angle is, what is the definition of angle, now we'll see what are the different types of angles we have. So, as you can see, the definition is here. An angle is formed when two rays meet at a common point, which is called as vertex. Now, we'll see different types of angles we have. First, acute angle. So, what acute angle is? An angle less than 90 degrees. Okay. Acute angle is an angle greater than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees. So this is the acute angle. You can write any number here which is greater than 0 and less than 90. Let us take 70 degrees. This is an acute angle. Next, the type of angle we have is right angle. So what right angle is? Exactly 90 degrees, or an angle equals to 90 degrees. You can remember it as in a circle. In the 1 by 4th portion of a circle is 90 degrees. That is right angle. Next type of angle we have is obtuse angle. So obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So here a number can be greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So let me take 150 degrees. So this is obtuse angle. Next type of angle we have is straight angle. So what a straight angle is? An angle equal to 180 degrees or a straight line we can say. So this is a straight angle, that is 180 degrees. Next type of angle we have is reflex angle. Reflex angle is something, an angle greater than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees. Okay. Reflex angle is something greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. So it can be 210 or any other number less than 360 and greater than 180. Okay. So let me recap. So an angle is a measure of rotation. How an angle is formed? An angle is formed by two rays having same point, that is called as vertex. And we have different types of angles, and angles can be acute, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, or reflex angle. Now as we discussed about different types of angles, now let us discuss different types of lines we have. Okay. So here, coming to lines, we have intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. So we'll see what are these intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. So intersecting lines are the lines when they cross each other at a point. So this is the intersecting line. So intersecting lines are the lines when they meet or cross each other at a common point. So this is an intersecting line. They meet at a center. So two lines meeting at a center is called intersecting line. And this point is called point of intersection. Okay. This point is called point of intersection. Next, what are non-intersecting lines? Non-intersecting lines are those lines, they never meet. And no matter how far you extend them in either discussion, in either direction, they never meet. So these are non-intersecting lines. So two lines never meeting each other or never crossing each other are called non-intersecting lines. These lines are also called as parallel lines. Similarly, if you have a rectangle, now in this rectangle, these opposite edges, these both are opposite edges, right? These are called parallel lines. Next, these are called parallel lines which are opposite to each other in a rectangle. Next, we'll see one more different type of line, which is concurrent line. Next, we have something called concurrent line, which is when there are more lines passing through same point. When we have different types of lines passing through a same point. So here we can see we have different types of lines, right? This number of lines passing through a point is called concurrent line, and this common point is called point of concurrency. Okay, this point is called concurrency. In intersecting lines are lines which meet each other at a common point, and this point is called point of intersection. Whereas non-intersecting lines are lines they do not meet each other and they never cross each other. Coming to concurrent line are those lines where more number of lines pass through a same point, and this point is called point of concurrency. Okay, so all this basics and this foundation is very important because the next lessons we explore are very much deeper, and it will help you to solve questions step by step very easily. So I hope you found today's explanation simple and useful. If yes, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more easy to learn lessons and step by step solutions. Thank you so much for watching and waiting patiently. And I'll see you in the next class with more concepts. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Bye bye.